Hello guys, good evening and welcome to our first night class. I think this is what we wanted to do a long time back, but I hope after this session not many of you will have any problem in the reasoning section as far as the confidence level is required. Why I'm saying this is I just when we were conducting session, and when I told you even yesterday, when we gave you that gap of some almost 7-8 days, we expected you were going through all those videos, you were revising it and not waiting for us, but somehow I somehow have a feeling that did not happen. So that is why we are kind of pulling you back, getting into that study mode for next 10 days. I told you 10 lakh CTC worth of job is waiting, and just 10 days of hard work is required. So don't let it go. You have already done the hard work. Don't spoil it now. Okay, so what we will do today is we will do the reasoning section of SBI PO 2016. I am doing some 30 questions today, 15 question reasoning related to puzzle etc. I have left for today. We'll do it tomorrow, otherwise it will unnecessarily get long. And also get into that habit of sitting there efficiently for 3 hours. That itself will boost your marks by some 10-15 10 or 15 marks. Okay, so अभी कहाँ रीजनिंग टाइम हुआ पता नहीं, what is going on. Okay, I think we have already started, and all those who can hear me, you will see all these things we have already covered. All right, so we are basically revising just to give you a feel that even if I do not know any to solve puzzle, or I am not good in data sufficiency, still I can attempt this 30 questions. There are some 30 questions which require no prior knowledge of anything, just your common sense, and you will be able to do it. Okay, so let me just move out and show you the first question. This is a revision. We have all covered everything already. This is just give you confidence of SBI PO 2016 actual mains paper. I have picked 30 questions from there, and we will doing it all together. Okay, puzzle was very hard in prelim. यार अब prelim का क्यों रो रहे हो? puzzle कहाँ hard थे? सबसे पहले तो they reduce puzzle by 1. Okay, let me just come back. अब सबसे पहले तो यार प्रीलिम्स का गाना बंद करो. ओके, दैट शुड जस्ट स्टॉप राइट अवे. What has happened. You have anyways qualified. Those who have not qualified, anyways this session will not be of much use to you. I will say go back and do something else. If you are preparing for Bank of Baroda, maybe it will help you. Stop singing about what has happened in prelims. Now you have to look for what can happen in mains. A good indicator, what I feel is if you take last time versus this time, the cutoffs have also shot up. Of course, there was a factor of normalization that have gone in 47.5 to 51.5. It has happened not just because the question paper were easy, but also because of some normalization. But still, the question paper did not become more difficult, primarily because of one reasoning question was less, right? Instead of giving you 5 puzzles last time, I think they gave you only 4. So your scores in reasoning jumped by 3, 4, 5 marks. All right, so that has happened. I can and even in SBI mains last year, you hardly had 2 puzzles, right? Data sufficiency had broken down, so roughly 15 questions from there. If you include the say the blood relation question, another 2 or 3 marks from there. It's likely to go less. With 70 marks as your cutoff, I think they would have taken some level of effort, and they will not prepare it as tough as it was last year. So that's my hunch. I may go wrong, but my feeling is, as was the case with the SBI prelims paper, I would have predicted it will get tougher if the prelims were tough. But prelims was on very expected line. We could even predict the kind of questions that will come, and in subsequent section you could predict even the pattern of the question. You could just guess the answers correctly, right? So looking at all that, what has happened, I sincerely feel the paper level will not go up. It will remain. I think even if it remains same, it is good enough. So don't get bogged down by your the scores that you are getting in your different exam. Don't get bogged down by that. They prepare it tough for you to work more hard, harder, and get that confidence that even in the main exam you can crack it. Should not even if you are getting 60s, be happy about it. Now last 10 days are the time when you boost your confidence. Don't get bogged down by it. Even if you are getting 60s, you should be happy about it. You might end up getting 80 and 100. So do not worry much about it. We will see. This is confidence booster, and it's not unrealistic. This is the actual paper, right? So let's solve it together and see if it is really tough. वो हमारे दिमाग में ना वो I told you that ghost is in our mind, not in the paper. वो हम दिमाग में डाल लेते हैं यार कि SBI मतलब टफ होगा. ऐसा कुछ भी नहीं होता. सारे क्वेश्चन बनाने लायक होते हैं. देयर आर पीपल हु आर स्कोरिंग 70, देयर आर पीपल हु आर स्कोरिंग 100 आल्सो, राइट? and there are people who fail to qualify. So it's all there in your mind. Get it out. Let's build our confidence. Let's see what we can do about it. Okay guys, I had given you some time. I hope yes, I think Sherlock Holmes wonderfully said, people are getting indulged in okay, let me again come back. Two things that you should not do in this these last 10 days are, do not start predicting the level of toughness. Whatever it is, there is only one shift, right? I think if I'm not wrong, only one shift. So whatever it is for everyone. Second, do not predict cutoff. It hardly matters. Yeah, go give it your best. As Abhishek sir has told it many times in all the motivation sessions that he conducts before the exam, he requests you not to chase any score, right? That is what you're supposed to do. And thirdly, now stop collecting material. Please, I pray, stop collecting material now. Whatever material you have hands on, practice them, revise them. That is what will help you now. People are still asking for और क्या कर लें और क्या कर लें. वो जितने हैं एक बार उसको अच्छे से कर लो, ठीक है. स्टॉप कलेक्टिंग मटेरियल नाउ, स्टॉप प्रिडिक्टिंग वो क्या होगा, कट ऑफ क्या जाएगा, ये सब कोई फायदा नहीं है यार. कट ऑफ ऊपर जाएगा क्या फर्क पड़ेगा. It will all depend upon your performance. So just focus on your performance in last 10 days. Revise all the things that we have done. We have worked very hard, guys. Don't waste it. Okay. So okay, this is the question. Let's quickly solve it, guys. We do not have much time to waste on it. This is a revision class. Let's take it as a revision class. Quickly do this. Yes, let's quickly solve this question. We have already started. You have to solve this. Okay, you have already read it. Now let me just move to the next slide and see the questions for you. Okay, this is the question. Should people with education qualification higher than optimum requirement be debarred from seeking jobs? Guys, concentrate here. Enough chit chat. Let's focus here. Yes, I have shown you the question. Question is here. I think this is something we have already done. Actual problem SBI PO 2016. I might tell it another 10-15 times. This is the question. You have to tell me which of these are strong argument. You have to tell me which of these arguments are strong. Okay, let me help you. No, it will further aggravate the problem of educated unemployment. Yes, it creates complexes among employees and affect the work adversely. No, this goes against the basic rights of the individual. Yes, this will increase productivity. Okay, now exactly, I think all of you are getting it right. I think we have already done it. I hope you are using common sense and not going by what you remember. It will further aggravate the problem of educated employment. How will it do this? It is, if the minimum qualification is 15, if class 5 and above, then let's say there are 30 jobs. So a class 5 can also get a PhD, can also get this job, right? Anyways, out of this pool, some of them will get the job and some will not get. Irrespective of whether the PhDs were allowed or not, the number of unemployed guys will still remain same. It's as illogical as that. Okay, next one, it create complexes among employees. Kitni baar, how many times in an office setup you go and ask, dude, what is your academic qualification? Do we even ask it? Ask about it. We just focus on our work. We all that we care about is how efficiently I work. If I do not work efficiently, I come late to office. That might create complexes and affect the work adversely, not my educational qualification. Okay, so these two clearly go out of our consideration. No, this is against the basic right of the individual. Of course you cannot debar someone. If you have to make this correct, what will you do? In your notification itself you will say that we will be taking people pass from 5th and maybe up to 10th. Nobody more qualified than 10 can apply for this job. You very well know that is itself controversial, and that is why they are not putting it, and hence this is kind of violating their rights, and hence this should not be done. So this clearly seems to be a logical statement. Yes, this will increase productivity. No, again the same logic goes. The job requirement wanted you to be qualified only up to class 5. That means whatever productivity expectation is there, the guy from 5th standard pass can give them. So it does not mean that a PhD will increase the productivity. Hence this is also going out. So only 3 is strong, as most of you have done it. Why there is a chit chat going on? I think I'll just block all of you guys, whoever is not concentrating here. Okay, second question. Quickly read it. Rahul says, how this is gone against the basic right of individual? We have right to work, right? We can go to any part of the country and apply for the job to which we meet the minimum requirement, and hence it is against the basic rights of individual. You can go to any place in the country and take a job. Okay, so I think this question again was very simple. These are actual question, guys. All it requires is just reading, a minute of reading, and you have 1 mark in your pocket. There is little that is surprising about India's recent refusal to allow Google to launch a Street View service, which gives users 360-degree view of public spaces. The proposal was rejected following objection raised by the defense minister. Which of the following objections may not be probable reason for the above step taken by the government? The decision is said to have come in the backdrop of the terror attacks, something very serious, of course, with investigators suspecting that the terrorists used Google Map to study the topography. Even if they had used something else, if this is what they suspect, this really cannot be ignored, because this is about the security of the country. The concern of the defense organization, again, if that is the concern, we cannot do much about the interests of the common people here. It's just the convenience, whereas security, we will go with security. India's security and stability should be given prime importance, just what I said. We in India are not mature enough to or permit such exploratory things threatening national security. We have more enemies inside than out. It sounds illogical. It's as poorly written as it can be. Even while reading itself, that everything is there is a problem with whatever is written here. Okay, clearly I think only 4 is the problem, nothing else. Why will you get anything else than C? Why some people are getting E? We have more enemies than inside. This is presumption, right? Defense, say your defense consideration is a fact. We have more enemies inside than outside, means you have some problem. How can you conclude such thing? This is presumption. Very few political leaders can talk like that. I won't be sad if they are giving answer, if they have revised and they are sure about, they have practiced. I think these sections were taken by Abhishek Sher, and he has asked you to practice from GMAT critical reasoning. If you have done it, very good. C is the answer, not D. Why 1 will be out? The decision is said to become in backdrop of Pathankot air base attack. This perfectly sounds logical. Yes, this was very easy. Okay, let's move to the third one. We have 30 questions to cover, not much time. Okay, statement. There are two construction companies. This was, I think, all maths. Quickly solve this for me and also give the reason. समझ में नहीं आया एपी गुप्ता, उसमें कुछ समझने की थी नहीं, उसमें 3 कारण ऐसे दिए हुए थे जो बिल्कुल सही लग रहे थे. एक, पठानकोट में अटैक हुआ था, उसमें बोला गया टेररिस्ट लोगों ने ये यूज किया है और इस वजह से हम गूगल को 3D ये नहीं करने देंगे ताकि आगे और इस तरह के टेररिस्ट अटैक ना हो. ठीक है. दूसरा वाला क्या था कि हमारे जो ये थे डिफेंस के लोग, वो इस पे ऐतराज कर रहे थे, तो हो गया काम खत्म उसका भी. तीसरा वाला क्या था हमारा, उसमें एक बार देख लेता हूं मैं. थर्ड था कि इंडिया की सिक्योरिटी और स्टेबिलिटी को हमें फोकस करना चाहिए. साउंड्स लॉजिकल. फोर्थ वन बोलता है कि हम मैच्योर नहीं, हमारे ज्यादा दुश्मन अंदर हैं जितने बाहर हैं. ये कोई सेंटेंस है, मतलब ये कहां से, आपको ये डेटा कहां से मिला? Okay, again this was fairly simple, which is D only. Why? Company has provided insurance claim of 10 years. Why को again why between two companies X and Y? Why someone has chosen Y over X? This one insurance scheme, nothing is been talked about how much company Y is given. You cannot decide on basis of this. Simple maths and logic, nothing else. Company Y has provided a guarantee of 1.5 year for the room, whereas X had provided each room for 1 year, guarantee of 1 year. So clearly this is greater, company Y is greater here than X. This one data insufficient, Y equal to or greater or less than X, we do not know. Company Y provided 24 power and water services at the same cost. Same cost means Y is equal to X. So clearly basis this, and 1 we cannot eliminate. Only thing which is, in which Y is greater than X is 2, and hence only 2 is my option. Yes, I hope there is no doubt. We can quickly move. Very simple mathematical, no doubts here. Let's quickly move to the question number 4. However, the market participants are eagerly waiting for a possible change in GDP forecast, growth forecast, inflation target of FY17, along with RBI's commentary on foreign exchange reserves of around 30 billion of foreign currency in non-resident bank deposits are maturing in September. In its April review, the RBI slashed the repo rate, the rate at which, I think we all are very familiar with all these terms, the rate at which the bank borrows from the central bank by 0.25% to 6.5% to more than 5-year low. Since January 2015, the RBI has cut its repo rate by 150 basis point or 1.5%. What is the doubt? Why can't 2 and 3 be the answer for what? Last question. Same, yeah. Why will you say 2 and 3? If Y is equal to X, Y is providing the same facility as X. Why can there be a doubt also? I have written explicitly now, and we are revising this. This is not the first time it is getting discussed. Why will you have that doubt here? Why 2 and 3 will be there? If Y here is commonsensical and mathematically I am writing, and then also you are asking, if Y is equal to X, how can you choose Y over X? How can there be a doubt here, guys? It is saying company Y is providing 24/7 power and water at the same cost, and this is what even they were doing. So how can you discriminate on basis of something which is equal? Okay, so let me just move here. Okay, let's see which of the following negates the above step taken by RBI. The consumer price index CPI, which is closely watched by RBI in order to set interest rate policy, jumped to 5.39% in April versus 4.83% in March. This, what does this indicate? Clearly there is, this is jump in inflation, that is more money coming into the circulation, which is the expect of 1.5 repo rate cut. So this clearly does not, negates it. This is what RBI wanted, right? To pump in more money into the system. Okay, all those who are having problem, please go and watch the critical reasoning section by Abhishek sir. he has explained in more detail there. It's logical and mathematical, yaar. Nothing has to be explained there. In 1, there is data insufficient. In 2, x is greater, y is greater than x. In 3rd, y is equal to x. Now if you have to decide why will you choose y over x? Only simple, when y is greater than x. Where is the problem there, guys? This question I'll still understand. Global crude prices hitting 12-year low below $27 a barrel in January 2016 made a stronger case for rate cuts for RBI, and that is what they have done. So how is this negating it? Not a problem. Loans and EMI will become cheaper for retail loan. This is what is expected by 1.5 cut. Rupee will strengthen again against the other currency. None of these. Just look at this. If you did not know, you could have got confused here. This is Mundell-Fleming model, wherein when you have an open economy. Okay, this is a bit technical. I do not know what they were expecting when they gave you this question. In an open economy, when interest rate of a central bank, your real interest rate goes down, there is chances of flight of capital. Okay, the capital will go out. Why that will go out is they are getting lesser return. But this is provided that the real rate of interest is going down. If the interest rate goes down but inflation also goes down, then flight of capital is not expected. But they are just negating this point. They are saying if there is flight of capital, so if all the dollars are moving out of the country, then what will happen? There will be more demand for dollar to go out and rupee will weaken. Explicitly written, rupee will strengthen against the other currency, and hence this effect will not be negated. How it would have negated is there would have been more money coming into the system, and hence the rate cut would have become inevitable, and hence the rate cut asked by RBI would have been negated. So this is a technical point. You have to understand how the open economies work, but otherwise it's all okay. But it clearly negates the problem if you do not understand it. Also, if the rupee will strengthen against the other currency, that is, more money will be coming into our system, more currency will be coming into our system, nothing is going out, and hence it does not negate the RBI's steps taken by the RBI. Asha Nair says this is technical, I cannot explain you in much detail. Okay, I'll just try to restrict to what is written here. This is clear. Okay, this is what is expected if 1.5 repo is cut, that is more money in the system, and hence inflation has jumped up. Alright, CPI has gone up from 4.8. This does not negate. Even after this, if the inflation was going down, that means there is some problem in the policy transmission. Again, you cannot say it negated it. Then also we would have come and talked about policy transmission issues. Global crude prices 12-year low $27 makes strong case for cut by RBI. Again, makes sense. Prices are already down. Let people consume. Okay. Loans and EMI will become cheaper. Again, 1.5 repo rate cut. They should effectively translate to at least what banks have done. As we stand today, we know they have cut by almost 0.87%. That is what RBI says, right? Even in its bi-monthly policy, what they have told the banks, dude, we have decreased your rates by 1.5%. Why are you not transmitting the same rates to your people? And SBI and all other big bank, they have reduced it by some 0.88% or say 0.9% so far. They have not given the entire benefit because they are saying we have to take care of the NPAs, we have to take care of our operational costs because of the merger, etc. Some new costs, the challenges faced because of the government policies, etc. And hence they are not transmitting, and hence RBI says until unless you transmit those rates, we will also not decrease it further. Okay, so that is the whole story behind it. But yes, this is commonsensical. Now we understand banking so much that we can say loans and EMI will become cheaper for retail loan if the repo rates are cut. Okay, 11th, 12th economics book, you will not get anything. Do not worry about it. All you get is understand what is GDP, which is absolutely no use going forward here. Just watch my banking awareness lecture, banking part at least. You will, first is only money, understanding money, how banks work. You can just watch it. Okay. Yes, this question was technical. You have to have some understanding. Rupee will strengthen if repo rate is cut. I told you if the interest rate goes down, there are chances that rupee will weaken. But here rupee has strengthened, and hence none of these will negate. This was technical. Okay. Yes, this question was technical. You have to have some understanding. Rupee will strengthen if repo rate is cut. I told you if the interest rate goes down, there are chances that rupee will weaken. But here rupee has strengthened, and hence none of these will negate. This was technical. Okay. No, Harsh, Bhaveshkar, what you are saying, that is not how it works. What you are saying is why interest rate will come down. If interest rate comes down, there is, the money will, what you have written, the amount of money will flow in the system, which will decrease the value of currency in international market. No, that is not how it works. What happens is foreign institutional investors also see and invest in our country. They look for real rate of return. Just you have to read international economics to understand this concept better. The real rate of interest is what they are looking for. The moment interest rate goes down and inflation goes up, that is negative. But if your interest rate comes down, even if at a constant inflation, they are getting lesser interest rate, so they will look at better revenues. There will be flight of capital. Flight of, when they came in, they deposited their dollar with the RBI, took the money, rupee equivalent, that in fact strengthened the rupee, and they invested in Indian market. When the interest rates come down, there will be lesser interest rate that they will be effectively getting, so they will come back with their rupees to the RBI, they will deposit it, take back their dollar, so the demand for rupee will go down, demand for dollar will go up, and hence your currency is likely to depreciate. That is the entire story behind it. I do not wanted to get into detail, someone wrote it, so I just explained what logic you were giving was not correct. So this is what is expected, but they have negated it. Rupee will strengthen in coming days. That means the flight is not happening. The flight of capital is not happening. Okay. So D is not the answer. I am saying this, you have to understand. I have marked this. Rupee will strengthen, so it will not negate. If the rupee will weaken, then it would have kind of adversely affected the our economy, and rupee we would not like to decrease the rate. Okay, none of these is the correct answer here. Okay, let's move to the fifth question. Study the following information carefully and answer the question which follows. This, I think, quickly read it. This is very simple question. Forget it, yaar. Even if you got one wrong, don't be too much worried about it. But the idea again is, don't waste your time on that question. If you are not getting it, mark something and move out, or just leave that question. Okay. So this is the question. Study the following information and give the correct sequence from which we can find exact answer within minimum number of condition. Okay. This is this is the order of sequence in which you are expected to get your answer. Okay, I think exact answer within the minimum condition, or which gives you, or which is the redundant one. Okay, so here you have to find out of these options, you will get answer in all of them basically, but choose something which will give it to you in least time. Yes, many of you are already saying decision making, D, none of these. C, yes, that is the correct answer. Very simple. Why? I will tell you. Because not to be less than 35 and greater than 40. Now the moment you see this condition, and whoever this X is, if he is 38 years old, now will he require this information? Is definite information that X is female. Do we require this information if the age group a given candidate lies between the given I hope I am audible now, guys. I think there was some electricity failure. Yes, last word was oh God because the electricity went off. I hope I am. We don't use Geo for this. We are using a special connection, but there is we are in summers now. There are intermittent power cuts. I hope I am audible, guys. Yes, so in this question what I will do is, for me this, wherever this option C takes any precedence, I will just eliminate it. So here C comes before D. This, I know this is redundant, it has to be placed at the last. There is only one option which puts C at the last, and hence I will go with it. I will not even waste 10 seconds on it. Okay, why is 4 years experience is not there? 15/7/2012 plus 4 will be 15/7/2016, and his date as on 1/11/26. I think that is where the examiners want their question from. Volta's inverter, yes. Okay, guys, let's jokes apart. Let's move forward. Okay, I hope this is clear how I have eliminated. I have not used anything. All I know is, the moment I have this information, my information C becomes redundant. So wherever I see as, anywhere before any information, I will just eliminate these options. My only possible option becomes C. If I want, I will just do a recheck also in 30 seconds. Exactly, C is not even required. That is why it takes the precedence at last. Not sure about what the exact language was in the this is what is floating around internet. Okay, we have to look at these questions in a way in which we save time. It's now about saving time. Okay, let's quickly see this question now. Sociologists and political observers are of the opinion that making education qualification mandatory for election candidates would be discriminatory, since that would naturally deprive citizens of India the right to represent their people. Institutional qualification, as they say, is different from political acumen and wisdom. In a country like India, where about a quarter of 815 million eligible voters are illiterate, so roughly 200 million, 20 crores basically, it would not be prudent to deny a politically aware and socially conscious individual the election ticket just because he or she does not have a minimum qualification. Okay, election candidates is what is being talked about here. Okay, arguments. No, mere literacy is no guarantee of political maturity of the individual. Okay, sounds good. I think one of the discussion on our Facebook thread was, is education and literacy the same? Literacy is your mere awareness of numbers and letters. That's what literacy and how it is defined also. But education is something more than that. It can be debated. I understand that what I am saying is debatable, but education is talks more about your awareness, more about your understanding, your socio maturity, social maturity that we are talking about. We are talking about your socio-political, economical maturity that we are talking about. That is education, and not just mere knowledge of numbers and letters. Okay, so mere literacy is no guarantee of political maturity of an individual, which is there are many examples. Akbar, I think you would have watched Jodha Akbar also. If we look at, he was illiterate. He was never interested in studies, but he ruled India, and he ruled India, I think, successfully for 50 years. That is one example always comes to my mind when I talk about education and literacy. Okay. Yes, illiterate people are less likely to make politically wiser decision of voting for a right candidate or party. Okay. So what we are talking about, I think in the question we are talking about, mandatory for election candidate. This is for the election candidates. Okay. No, voting is the constitutional right of every citizen. So I think there is, only for me, if you ask honestly, only one is strong, because what it is talking about, if they have not, there is not a misprint here, then making education qualification mandatory for election candidate would be discriminatory, deprive citizen of India to the right to represent their people. So what we are talking about is the candidate who is standing for election. If you look at these two choices, illiterate are less likely to make politically wiser decision of voting. Why voting? It's, it will be more about in this, if I am again repeating, if the question is correct. If they are talking about choosing candidate, then all these will become different. Now it is for a person who wants to stand as the people's representative. So for this, for me, this is strong. The illiterate people are less likely to make political wiser decision of voting for a right candidate or party. Does not even apply here, right? No, voting is the constitutional right. Again, it does not even apply. For me, only one is strong here. But I think there is some mistake there. Or if you now go for, suppose the question is for choosing, that is for voting. The question talked about being representative to become the leader here, right? Now let us talk about people here. Their right to choose this guy. Again, this part will be anyways be strong. Illiterate people are less likely to make political wiser. Again, it can be debated that education gives you some authority or some knowledge to, if you are already good, you will become better. But there are many, I can debate, I can say there are many literate people who are politically having zero acumen. So what did education do to them? So all these guys who are aware today and illiterate, if they were going for education, they would have also become a politically nape person like that. So we can keep debating, and the word someone I think mentioned, less likely, automatically makes it less strong. So there are many. This is debatable. I personally would not have marked this. We can keep debating. No voting right is the constitutional right of every citizen. This is again reiterating the right. Again, is this the argument? This is the fact. So any which ways, for me only one is correct. If I have to go with something, I somehow do not see any option which satisfies the condition. So this question was ambiguous. What they maybe wanted here, I think they wanted, because one is strong, nobody can debate it, and with one I do not have any option. Only 3 is gone, this is gone. Now I am left with none is strong is gone. So I am left with, in examination, what would I do? Even if I do not agree to the examiner's point of view, but now if I have to go, only 1 and 2 are strong or all are strong. For me, these 2 are equally bad. So I will go with all are strong. It's as simple as that. Or I might, if you think you are of the opinion that, you can defend your answer by saying that education really imparts value, you can go with the 2. I think I will go with maybe here all are strong. My answer honestly is only 1 is strong. Exactly, nothing is mentioned about voter. That is why my answer straight away was only 1. These 2 are not even there. I do not know. Male literacy is no guarantee of political maturity of an individual. Okay. So with that logic, question is not about voters here. Where is it? If someone has appeared in the SBI mains and if he remembers, please tell us. Otherwise, here the question says mandatory for election candidates would be discriminated, since people would naturally deprive citizen of India the right to represent their people. This is what your institutional qualification and all that. This one, conscious election ticket. We are talking about the guy who is thinking of becoming the leader. Okay. आंसर क्या है? आई हैव ऑलरेडी टोल्ड. Okay, for me only answer 1 is correct, but here if I have to go with them, I will go with all are correct. For me 2 and 3 are equally bad. Happy says 2 can never be a strong statement. What's happening? Yes, even I agree. Then what will you mark? You tell me. What will you mark here? 1 is definitely strong. I do not have any other option with 1. What do I do? Sir, read the last line of the question. Okay, I'll read it for you. Okay, that is yeah, someone has just pointed it out. So, okay, sorry. Should literacy be the minimum criterion for becoming a voter in India? Just look at this. How redundant and illogical a question can get. He has talked about the person who is going to become, who is going to get elected, and should literacy be the minimum criteria of becoming a voter? I really have no words to say. I only hope that the people who have reproduced this question were wrong. I told you 3 is strong if you think that stating the same fact again, a valid known fact, is a strong argument. Please go with it. I do not have a problem with this. I think Abhishek sir also had taken this question and he had argued enough. He had his own point of views. Here I think we can keep debating. There is no point debating here. Yes sir, passage was not at all needed. Yes, passage was really not needed here. I don't know why did they write so much here exactly. Okay, let's move to the next question. This is why the cutoff goes to 70, I'll make some 20 out of 200. I'll make some marks 20-30 questions wrong automatically. This will. No, even if the question is for the voter, 1 will anyways hold true, right? I am not considering 3 strong because it is repetition of fact. You can assume it to be strong, but sun rises in the east. Is it a strong argument? It is a fact, but is it a strong argument? We get up every day because sun rises in the east. It's a fact, right? Don't get technical about it. That sun does not rise in east is about the rotation revolution. I also know that, but let's stick to this. Yes, let's continue further. So, okay guys, the lesson here is very simple. Even if in examination you get such idiotic questions, don't get bogged down. Okay, mark your answer. Don't bang your head on wall or your desk, whatever is nearer. Don't do that. Just continue by answering. It is stupid for everyone. Okay, go ahead with whatever option which you feel best. Do not waste your time there. Okay, like we are doing here now. There is no use wasting our time. Let's quickly do this. This is an interesting question. Let's see what is your take on this. Quickly read this. Reinforcing his commitment. I'll quickly read this. Reinforcing his commitment to green initiative, Railways will explore its future course of action to prevent pollution. Issues related to environment like solid waste management, pollution control, water management and energy management will be discussed at a workshop on environmental challenges before Indian Railways and solution. Okay, which of the following points will strengthen the decision taken by the railways? Okay, so they'll have a workshop and they want to do something in the green initiative. Introduction of biofuel. Okay, introduction of biofuel and solar energy in train operation. This is exactly what they wanted to do. This sounds good. Installation of rainwater harvesting facility. This is what they wanted to do, something on water management. Wastewater recycling plant, again water management. Initiatives such as LED light fitting to reduce power consumption, again I think energy management. Okay, so these 4 points are straight away mentioned here. Okay, no brainer. Introduction of water audit to assess assess the consumption and wastage at major station. Now look at the question. All the above, all except 1, all except 5, all except 1 and 5, none of these. So now the problem is these 4 are explicitly stated, right, in our question itself. The problem is with this statement. This is where I'll get confused. Will I say all or will I say all except 5? Alright, I hope this is the confusion with everyone, and these 4 are like no brainer. This is already done. Now this is reinforcing his commitment to green energy. Which of the following point will strengthen the decision taken by the railways? Why do we have audits in place? It brings in accountability. So for all those who are saying that all except 5, I knew a lot of you will say all except 5. This is my problem. The moment you bring, the moment you bring audit into system, why do we, if audit does not help, why do we have auditors in place? Just think about it. It is just to prepare your annual report, or it really brings in checks and balances into the system? It really brings in accountability. So ensuring that there is a proper audit in place will also result in utilizing the resources effectively. Please try to understand, why do we have police? It is, will you say that पुलिस तो बस ऐसे क्राइम रेट को रोकने के लिए नहीं है, पुलिस होगा तो क्राइम रेट रुक जाएगा. बट when you bring in this checks and mechanism of audits, people will become aware. They know they will be pulled out, so they will become more aware and they will do less wastage. And hence bringing audit system in itself is a way to check the wastage. Please try to understand this. Whatever little experience of 7-8 years of work ex I have, I know audit is in place to check or to utilize your resources effectively. Where one can do high level logical reasoning, I think Abhishek sir had already mentioned, do all your GMAT critical reasoning. All the above should be the answer as per me. If you still feel after my explanation all above, all except 5 is good, please go ahead with it. Okay, let's quickly see this. The government is set to overhaul annual targets for public sector lenders, ending a focus on size that has long encouraged banks to inflate their loans and deposits at the year end to hit the growth objectives. Banking and government sources say that the new targets to be discussed at meeting with top state bank officials would focus on efficiency, with the objectives set around return on asset, return on equity and controlling bad debts. Okay. So now which of the following points can be inferred from the given information? So what we know, what used to happen earlier, come March, their annual closing. Now if they had target to give loans of 100 crores and they are sitting at some say 80, they will quickly they will not do a uniform distribution in all 4 quarters, but come March, last week or last 10 days or in last month, they will end up giving this 20 crore as loan. And eventually they used to be short term because they do not want bad debt. So they will give to trustworthy guys and they will take it back in the month of April. I think there was a data on it also. We had discussed that a significant portion of the loans given out in March were coming back, and that is why now we know that Raghuram Rajan and Urjit Patel have ensured that there will be now quarterly targets and not the individual, only the yearly target combined as a whole. I hope you get the backdrop of this question now. Now let us try to solve this question. So this is what used to happen. Now the loans and deposit of the bank will go up. Will this happen? No. There is nothing has been talked about. What has been talked about is uniform distribution with taking return on equity, return on asset and bad debt into account. This is what we are to be worried about. So they will not inflate their balance sheets now by giving more loans. Some short-term loans will be discouraged by the bank. Clearly all these loans in the month of March will stop now. Credit rating of the bank will be boosted up. We really cannot say whether even this will lead to less bad NPAs, non-performing assets or not, or whether these loans will be effective. What are the parameters that the credit ratings are looking at? But still, this is a valid point. Financial stability of the banks will be lost. Will these top officials meet to shut down their banks? Definitely not, right? So this is clearly out. So if this is out, all cannot be inferred. This was out. So we were to choose between B and C. Even if I am confused, which is more logical? Clearly B. This is the malpractice which was happening before. That is what will stop. All these March pushing of their loans will stop now. Okay, I hope this was a very fairly simple question. Very good, guys. Let's move to the next one. Okay, Google, which dominates much of the life on internet, has been trying to expand beyond computers and telephones to living rooms, cars and bodies. It made its way a bit further into people's homes when it agreed to pay $3.2 billion in cash for Nest Labs, which makes internet connected devices like thermostats and smoke alarms. But it has agreed that Nest's privacy policies are going to be well respected. For Google, gaining visibility into people's habit beyond computers and phones, whether watching television using Chromecast, taking a walk wearing Google Glass, or managing their home using Nest product, will provide a fuller picture of the user. So that is the concern here. They will get more and more information about the user. But the question says, which of the following argument would most weaken Nest belief? So why they have agreed to be acquired? They feel that their privacy policy will be respected. Now just read this. This is a no-brainer 30-second question. You all can mark it without even thinking twice about this question. Just read the options. Okay, Google product can easily be integrated into Nest. This definitely cannot weaken the assumption. Unlike many Silicon Valley most popular companies that make software that costs very little to build, Nest is capital incentive because it is built hardware. You know, where is the cost or problem for Google? To follow the terms and conditions, Google will make some changes in Nest privacy policy. This is a joke. You know, so Google says, Nest Labs, I'll respect all your privacy policies, but for that you will have to change your privacy policies. This is what Google is saying. So I'll respect all your privacy policies, but for that please change your privacy policies. This is what seriously weakens his belief. Suppose I am the owner of the Nest Lab. I am passionate about my product. I am very concerned about people's privacy, and Google says at the time of acquiring, guys, don't worry, we will respect your privacy policy. It buys me and then says, yes, I told I will respect your privacy policies, but before that you will have to change your privacy policies according to my requirements, and then I will agree to your privacy policies. So this clearly, I do not even have to go down. The deal between two companies are not yet closed. How does this even matter? I hope this is clear. Only C. Why will you say D? Yaar? How does deal not close? There is already a talk between it. Weaken my belief. If Google has told me that it will respect the privacy policies. The deal is not closed. How will it weaken my beliefs? Guys, please don't answer randomly. We are just 10 days away now. Okay, by fixing a deadline of 1 year from the date of framing of charges for the completion of trial involving the member of parliament and legislative assemblies, the Supreme Court has once again intervened effectively to give some credibility to the idea of cleaning the polity. It gives a jolt to the political class by striking down a provision that protected sitting legislators from immediate disqualification on conviction. So what was happening? Again the backdrop, some understanding you need कि पहले क्या होता था. So अगर जैसे हमारे लालू जी हैं, वो चारा घोटाला में वो बैठे हुए थे, वो बने हुए मुख्यमंत्री, जब तक उनको कन्विक्शन नहीं होगा, until unless they are proved guilty, he can continue on this post. Now this has been done away with. तो केस पे केस चला जा रहा, 5 साल चले, 10 साल 15 साल तक वो सीएम रहे. लास्ट में जब इन पे प्रॉब्लम हुई भी, तब भी उन्होंने अपनी वाइफ को बना दिया, आज अपने बच्चों को बना रखे हैं. दैट्स नॉट द कंसर्न हियर. द पॉइंट हियर इज now in current scenario he could not have continued as CM. Anyways, he would have made his wife or kids as CM. But the question, I'm getting emotional because it talks about BR and I'm just going off track and saying some gibberish. Just okay, excuse me for that. But here now it is required that once you are your name is there in the case, you have to be convicted or set free within 1 year. So that will help. So now a criminal is suppose not just alleged, if he is a criminal, he might be at the end of his life at 85 years of age he might have been tried, but by then he would have already ruled as chief minister of a state for 35 years. That will not happen now. Whatever, criminal or not, has to be decided in 1 year. Okay, so that will kind of clean the image of the polity. That is what Supreme Court has thought about. Which of the following can be concluded from the above statement? To implement the guideline, the government must set up speedy trial code, which will does not matter at all, right? Now it is an order, it will anyways happen. The step taken by Apex Code will help choose the best people from their constituency and make India's democratic system free from criminalization. Again, not really, I will say. Why? Because how can you assure that you will choose only the best people? Maybe the people who you have chosen, anyways, is not much in our hand. Generally, people from big party, when they get a ticket, once the case opens against him, after 1 year he gets tried. So this will really not solve this problem that of course you will say, you can argue that more political parties will become aware, they would not like to give their tickets to some other people who are already tainted and all those things. Let's hold this and read the next one. This will help in reducing the scourge of criminalization of politics. This definitely is happening. All those who are guilty will be kicked out. The latest order will help address the problem by empowering the trial court to refuse routine adjournment. This is again an assumption that earlier there were adjournment. The first passage does not talk about anything about the adjournments. So we cannot conclude this effectively. So my choice is between B and C. If I have to choose one, this is kind of going beyond its scope by saying it helps us choose the best people. I don't think it will really choose the best people. Any eligible person can be, he need not be the best. Okay, so I will without getting confused, I will go for C. Yes. Anupama Mishra says yes. Whenever people talk about, I think she is from MP, I think. Okay, now we are moving to our old questions of input output. Guys, quickly solve this. I'll just be very upset if you don't solve these questions quickly. Okay, so this one, I think most of you will even remember this question. Let's quickly do a swift revision. Which step, this is the input now. Okay, kindly decode this for me, what is happening here. Just quickly type in your window what is happening here. And then we'll look at the question, quickly solve it. Okay, let me just come back here and kind of, let's assume 3 questions out of these 10 were ambiguous, stupid, to be skipped or whatever. But still you could score 7 marks here, right? And someone just pointed out these were all 2 marks. 14 marks you could have anyway scored, and even if you got those 3 wrong, 1.5 gone, right? Attempted all 10, got 3 wrong. Then also I am getting 14 minus 1.5, I am getting how much? Almost 12.5 marks, right? So where is the problem? Okay. So let's quickly decode this. What is happening here? This one was the biggest number is what it has started with. So n plus 2 information, the last n is removed and ISH is added. Okay, next step, what happens is you take the next I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, then you take P and then you take the next biggest number. If it is even, you are adding plus 2. I think this is what is happening. The next one, again you will take the number first. Next biggest number is odd, so you will do minus 2. Even, plus 2, odd, minus 2. You first take the number and the word, change the last letter of the word, make it ISH, take next one, first the letter, next biggest letter in the sequence, and take the number. Next again number and the next biggest letter. Even, plus 2, odd, minus 2. I hope this we had discussed. Oh, sorry. This we had discussed in great detail when we were doing this question. Okay, sorry, I have moved out. Yes, the last letter is replaced by ISH. Okay, so let's quickly solve we got the logic. Which step number would be the following output? Quickly look at this. How many ISHs are there? 1 and 2, right? So if it has to be, it will be step 2, right? Rest has not happened. So step 4 definitely not, 5 definitely not, 6 definitely not, 7 definitely not. If I have ISH only 2, that means all the words have not gone through the process. So clearly at best my answer could have been 2, which is not here. There will not be any such step, or that means they have done some more error in this question. But do I really need to even find out? I will quickly solve it. I see 2 ISH. In every iteration in the previous slide I have seen an additional ISH keeps getting added, right? This is what was happening in the first. No ISHs here. This 1 and 2. Next 3 ISH. Okay. Okay, I think they have done something terrific. I think this should not be, this should not have been. I think they are doing it one by one, right? First was 88 in information. This should be only, I think, terrific, not fish. I think this is, I think, a wrong. Or let's assume this is what it was. Okay, then also let us go and try to solve it. I hope. Okay. So let's assume that it was not there, but let us look at another clue here. Sector and growth. Okay, in your input, growth is before sector, and this one sector comes before growth, and there is no ISH coming in the say sector. That means it has moved. If it has moved, the last letter was supposed to be moved with ISH. So how come this has not happened, and hence there will be no such step. Yes, I was covering the screen. I have moved out. I have told you 2 ways of doing this question. I hope you got this. In the question, 2 ways in which we can do this is I see only 2 ISHs here, right? So that means at best this will be step 2 or 3. I looked at, I think there is something wrong in the question I have given you, but let's see, this was typically 2, and all the steps here are above say 4, but that does not really mean there will be no such step. How can I conclude there will be no such step? When I look at the input, I see growth and sector in the order G comes first and then S. In my output, I am seeing S before G, and this S has not even changed the last letter to ISH. That means it has not moved, but still there is interchange between G and S. How is this possible? So therefore I can conclusively say there will not be any such step. I hope this is clear. अमृता नारायण, बिल्कुल समझ में नहीं आ रहा, अभी एक बार फिर से सुनो, ठीक है? एक बार अच्छे से सुनिए, इस बार देखिए इसमें क्वेश्चन क्या है. पहले लॉजिक समझ में आ गया था, एक बार ये सारा वीडियो मेरा पहले से कवर किया हुआ है, आप उसको वापस जा करके देख लीजिए इनपुट आउटपुट. अगर इसमें कुछ नहीं समझ में आया फिर भी आपको फिर से समझाने की कोशिश करते हैं. इस वाले क्वेश्चन में ग्रोथ और सेक्टर को देखिए. चलिए, अगर मैं आपको कोई ट्रिक बताने की कोशिश कर रहा तो वो आप नहीं समझने को तैयार है, तो आपको ऐसे बताता हूँ. ग्रोथ पहले आ रहा है, सेक्टर बाद में आ रहा है. आपके आउटपुट में क्या हो रहा है? सेक्टर पहले आ रहा है, ग्रोथ बाद में आ रहा है. इसका मतलब इसका सेक्टर वुड हैव मूव्ड. अगर सेक्टर हैज मूव्ड, हर मूवमेंट के साथ हमने क्या देखा था कि लास्ट लेटर वाज रिप्लेस्ड बाय आईएसएच, बट यहां पर ये मूव हो चुका है, जीएस से ये एसजी बन चुका है, बट लास्ट लेटर में आईएसएच नहीं आया है. तो ऐसा स्टेप हो सकता है क्या? Hope I have made this clear. Please try to understand. In the input you have 2 letters G and S in the order G preceding S. In your output you have S before G. Only way the letters can move, or when it moves, the last letter is replaced by ISH. In your output you see S moving its position, but the last letter ISH is not coming. Can we safely say we will not have it? I hope it is clear now. Can I move ahead? Okay, चलो, समझ में आया नहीं आया? अमृता नारायण still says no. Amrita, that means you have not watched any of our videos. Please watch it. That is what I will request now. How many element word or numbers are there between futurish and 24 as they appear in the last step of the output? Okay. Now, Okay, quickly solve this question. Okay guys, I think this is extensively covered. This was extensively covered. Watch my input output video. We have covered it. We are kind of okay. Amrita Narayan finally says yes. Okay, I'm happy for you now. Okay, let's quickly see. Please repeat the logic of the question. I have already told you what is happening here. Look at all this. What is happening is, if the number is even, it increases by 2. If it is odd, it goes down by -2. And if you have the letters are starting from in alphabetical order. So I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P is how it has proceeded. Okay. Guys, please watch those videos. You are not even revising. Forget about practicing. You are not even revising. Okay, let us quickly move forward here. We still have to do some 30 questions again. Just watch this video. This is exact same question. We have done it. So just watch it again. Even from this, I think this was, if you have not the kind of answers I am getting here, I'll ask you to watch this 3 questions there only, because here again in this question there was a confusion here, whether when they say what is the sum of the number which is second from the right and fourth from the left. If you remember, all those who had attended it, there was a confusion here where they're talking only about the number, which I personally feel it was, because what is the sum of the numbers which is second from the right, is they're talking only about the number second from the right. But again, you can debate which is second from the right, the number which is second from the right and from the, okay, let me just explain. There are 10 elements here. Okay, so 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. okay, इसमें 10 आ रहे हैं. ठीक है, सो 10 नंबर, 5 नंबर्स एंड 5 लेटर्स आते हैं. सो अभी इसमें जब हम अरेंज कर रहे हैं तो क्या कर रहे हैं, सबसे पहले नंबर लेटर ला करके देख रहे हैं. एक पहला वाला इस पे आ जाते हैं. ये देखिए, स्टेप 5 इज द लास्ट. सो नंबर लेटर लेटर एंड देन वी गॉट समथिंग लाइक दिस, राइट. सो यू गॉट अ नंबर लेटर लेटर नंबर, मे बी अगेन नंबर लेटर number letter number. You might get something. So what is happening here is 1 2 3 4 5 1 2 3 4 1 2, how many I have written, 1n 2n 3n, I think I made this 6, sorry. So anyways, ln, I have just put it randomly. What is the essence here? You will get 5 numbers and 5 letters, right? Now if I start from left and I count wherever these letters are, if these letters are placed, or say numbers are placed like here, 1 2 3 4 and say 5. okay, just look at this. I am just taking any random possibility. okay, and my numbers are stacked like this. okay, these are the 5 numbers in the input. Please see this. You have 5 number, 1 2, you have 1 2 3 4 and 5 numbers, right? And this is what I have done. I have kind of given this 5 numbers here. I have written it down for you, 5 numbers. Now what is the sum of the number which is second from right, and fourth from left, 1 2 3 4. the fourth from left, no matter how you stack them, the second from left and fourth from right will always be same. Let me just come back on screen and show this to you. This is my hand. Second from right is here, and fourth from left will be this. It will always be the same number. Now the confusion here was whether they meant to say that the number only or anything which is appearing. I am quite sure they meant only the numbers as they are stacked here, as I am showing you, and the number will be same, and hence that number will be 2 times the number itself, and hence an even number, and hence none of these options will be correct, and your none of these will be the answer. 12, solve it yourself. Just write down the steps. I think if I have not written the question wrong, just do the step and see it. Just write down the step and see how it appears in the last step of the output. Okay, let me just quickly move forward, guys. This is not taking unnecessarily lot of time. All these are already solved question, guys. I thought you will be like I am showing you the question and you will be giving me the answer, but that is not at all happening here. Okay, let's quickly solve this. I will give you some 30 seconds. Quickly do this. I did not explain question 12, so you did not miss anything. Just solve this first, 14, 15, quickly. These are fairly simple. There you might have to write. If why I left it, because if I think the futurists, I think they gave us something different word here which cannot even exist. So that was a catch here. I think when I wrote the question, I wrote what it should come here. If it is futurist, then you will have to write it down here. Okay, these steps, and then just count it. Quickly solve this question. This is again fairly very simple question, 10-second question. Quickly do it. Yes, Dhidman, and then also I am not getting correct answer. What I wanted to do today was just to kind of give you the overview, revise things quickly for you. I thought you will all come prepared, and we will just discuss. You will ask some doubts, etc. But most of your, even the fundamental basic is a problem here. 12 ka answer, Abhishek says E. I think that is the answer. Even if you don't remember, you will remember the process, right, guys? Quickly do this. Yes, yes, someone has just pointed it out. In the actual question, they had not given futurish, they had given furnish. So I think when I typed, if it is futurish, you will have to calculate. No doubt about it. I think in the actual question they had given furnish, so the future became furnish, and hence none of these would have been answered. But if guys have not if the question was futurist, just you will have to write 2 or 3 steps here. Yes, Mohak Bakshi, I think yes, you are right. If it was furnish, it was a smart question. If it was futurish, they wanted you to do some donkey work. Okay, I think clearly we can just make, I think this is what we learnt. Greater than, equal to, less than, and this is what we used to do, right? We'll put the symbols quickly. This is the percentage here. This will be the asterisk. This is the copyright. Clearly stated, this is equal to. Okay. So if you will see, means neither greater nor smaller. That means what? This was equal to. Now here, if you are having doubt understanding this, I am just explaining it here. P dollar P neither smaller nor equal. That means what? Greater. P neither greater nor equal to. That means less than. P is not greater. If it is not greater, then what it will be? It will be either less than or equal to. P is not smaller. Then what it will be? It will be greater than or equal to. I hope this part is clear and you understand. Now, this is just, see at the trick that these guys do in the question. In which of the following expression does not lead to? I am 100% sure at least 10 to 20% of the student would have got it wrong, because they would have read in which of the following P and Q and M and L are definitely true. They would have found one or two options, they would have directly marked A and gone ahead with it. So they are asking in which of the following expression does not lead to some condition being definitely true. So they are effectively asking which of these this condition is false, or you cannot determine. That is what they are asking. Please try to understand the question here. Okay. Now, what is my question? P at the rate of Q, right? And I am seeing P at the rate of Q. So only options that I can have between P and Q is this and this sign. Even if I get a single dollar in between, it will break. So this is matching, not a problem. P and Q, this is matching, not a problem. P and Q, this is matching, not a problem. P at the rate of percentage, I think this is also, I think it's matching, right? Sorry, this is P copyright. I read it as asterisk. So this was not matching, but this is matching because this is greater than equal to and this is equal to, and P equal to R and greater than equal to. Only this copyright comes in the lower segment. The sign changes and hence this one is the culprit here, and hence this is the answer. C is the answer. I hope this is clear. So between P and Q, what we can have? We can have only at the rate of and percentage. Just check the option. There is only one option where it does not. I will not even check for M and L. Clearly this is happening. This is happening in one of the option. It does not follow. That means this is clearly false. So this is definitely false. Okay, I hope this is clear. Okay, in which of the following symbol should be placed in the blank to represent this? Okay. Now let us see E and F. E and F, I cannot do anything much here, right? E and F is already true. E and F, all the symbols they have already given. Can I do anything here? No. J and G, can I do something? Yes, there is a blank between J and G. I can do something. Between J and H is already given. So this is also I have to forget. So what I have to take care about, how do I fill this sign here so that this relationship is established? J dollar G. J dollar G is J greater than G. I have to get a J greater than G. This is what I have to get. I hope this is clear. Now J greater than G I have to get, and here in the equation I have G and J. So I have to find G with J. Just go back. Dollar, what is the only sign opposite to the dollar? Which is the copyright. So I'll just come down here and find a copyright here. That's it. So that is my answer. 10-second question, guys, not more than that. This is what my relationship should be. If you have not watched my previous videos, this is the time to revise, guys. We have already covered all this in great detail. B is the answer for question number 15. I hope this is clear. Can we move forward? Okay, guys, let's quickly see this question now. This is kind of puzzle and blood relation. I really the answer is B. 15 is B, copyright symbol. I have explained it, yaar. Why are you guys still getting it wrong? Okay, let's try to quickly solve this question. Whenever you are given questions like this, just quickly have a, just read through it, okay. 5 family members P, Q, R, S, T are sitting in a row facing north. Good. P is sitting third to the right of his daughter. Q is sitting next to R, whose husband is the brother of Q. P is sitting next to T. I have no idea. S is not sitting with the P's son. Again, nothing. Still, everything is ambiguous. P is sitting on the left hand, first concrete point, right? So if I get a concrete point, let me just place it here also. Left hand, and the mother of S is R. So now no S. Mother of S is R, right? So now I also know that S is the S mother is R. So R is minus and S is whoever, daughter or son, I do not know. Who is the wife of P? So this R is also the wife of P. So this is wife of P. Q is sitting to the Q is sitting on the right of R. So this is the block I have, R and Q. Sorry, Q is sitting on the right of R and S. Q is sitting on the right of R and S. If however they are placed, Q comes after them. Okay, this is what I am getting. Now Q and P are sitting together. This also I know. So just look at this. How easy can it get? So I already they have given all the information here. Now I have just have a brief sketch. Now I will start filling it also. Okay. 5 family members P, Q, R, S, T are sitting facing north. P is sitting third to the right of his daughter. P is sitting third to the right of his daughter. Okay. Q is sitting next to R. Q is sitting next to R. Q is sitting next to R. So this arrangement basically is Q is sitting next to R. Q here should sit next to R because we already saw that Q and P are sitting together. So Q and P is like this and R sits next to Q. So this has to be the arrangement. That means S would have come somewhere here. I hope this is clear. This is a simple puzzle. If I can do a puzzle, that means it is simple. Please try to understand that. Okay. Okay. So let me just erase this, and I'll just kind of make this. Okay. We saw first concrete line was here, right? S is sitting on the left extreme. Fine. Now let us start. Q and P are sitting together. Q and P are like this. Now Q is sitting on the right of R. If Q and P are sitting together and Q is sitting on the right of R, that means Q and P could be like this or this, but R is Q is sitting to the right of R, then that means this is my block for sure. So R, Q and P is there for sure. There is no problem here. S is not sitting with P's son. So whoever is P's son, I do not know. I already have this block. Okay. P is sitting next to T. P is sitting next to T. That means this is my block. Now, if this is my block, where can I fit this? It cannot come before S. So my clearly S, R, Q, P, T. Even before reading any relationship, we are already done with this. S, R, Q, P, T. Yes, Firdaus, I think you are right. This is no brainer, right? Within just 2 steps, just look at, I start I just take the first concrete statement, which is S is sitting on the extreme left. I took this. Now, let me start from back. Q and P are sitting together. So Q and P can sit like this or can sit like this, right? Now Q is sitting on the right hand side of R. Now Q is sitting on the right hand side of R, so this possibility is gone. So that means Q and P are sitting like this and R is sitting on the left of Q and Q is sitting on the right of R. So this becomes concrete. Now just look at this. P is sitting next to T. So now already Q is sitting next to P, so T can come only here. It's as simple as that. Please try to understand, this was as simple as it can get. This was not a puzzle which anyone could have thought of living. Just see how many lines have we used actually. 1 line, 2 line, 3 lines and 4 lines. That is what we have used and our sitting arrangement is complete. Okay, now let us try to see. Now once I have this, now my family tree will also become very easy. Now let me now try to read this. P is sitting third to the right of his daughter. P is sitting third to the right of daughter. That clearly means what? That S is his daughter. Alright, this part is clear. Let me just erase this. I'll just make this one. S, just correct me if I am wrong. S, R, Q, P, T. So just by 4 line I could do this. Now if I start, P is sitting third to the left of the daughter. So P's daughter clearly is S. Q is sitting next to R. Q is sitting next to R, whose husband is the brother of Q. Okay, and we also read
here S is not sitting with P's son, S is, yes, S is sitting on the left hand and is the mother of S. S is sitting on the left hand and the mother of S is R. So I already know the father of S is P and the mother is R. Now just look at this, we just use this sentence and this relationship is also clear. Now you can fill this. Q is sitting next to the R, whose husband, who is P, is the brother of Q. P is sitting next to T, P is sitting, S is not sitting with P's son, S is not sitting with, now there is one son who is left, so P and R has a son, so P, Q, R, S and T is the son. It's as simple as that. We already know this is plus, this is mother and he was the brother. So we know everything in this diagram. It's as simple as that. Just see how simple. This is mains question, guys. I don't know what you guys keep practicing of, 5 variables and 10 variables, etc. This is 3 marks ready to be taken. Even I can solve it in less than 2-3 minutes. And I don't like puzzles. Trust me, I don't like puzzles. Now, what is the position of the son of R, who is nothing but T, with respect to the father of S, which is P? So P and T, they are asking. So he is sitting on the immediate right. Very simple. Next question, let's see. How is daughter of P related to Q among family member? Daughter of P, who is the daughter of P? Is S. Q and S, how are they related? She is the niece of Q, right? Very simple. Now, if the position of Q and T are interchanged, then who among the following does sit immediately right of S mother? Q, T interchanged. Okay, let me just move back and interchange Q and T. So this becomes T and Q, and the mother of sit immediate to the S mother. S mother was R. Who is sitting immediate right of R is T, right? And what is my position here? Who is T? The son of P. I hope this is clear. Can't it be S R T P Q? How it will be? S R T P. T P, I think there was clear statement, right? T P, you say P and T can be like this. This is your doubt? This is how we concluded, right? Q is sitting on the right of R. Q is sitting on the right of R and S. Q is sitting on the right of Q of R and S. So and Q and P are sitting together. Therefore, there cannot be any other possibility here, no? I hope this is very absolutely easy question, guys. This is sitter, I will say. I just explained why it cannot be. Just see whether it meets all the someone is saying SRTPQ, right? Okay, let's see, SRTPQ. Okay, P and Q are sitting together. Okay, Q is in the right of R and S. Okay, S is not sitting. Okay, what are you changing from? How do I know the gender of Q? Because it's clearly written, no? Just look at this question. Whose husband is the brother of Q? Okay, sorry, just a second. Q is sitting next to R. Whose husband? Okay, whose husband is the brother of Q? Okay, whose husband is the brother of Q? Sorry, I think it's not needed. Yes, someone just pointed out. I don't think this is required. If the question was, how is Q related to S, then I think I might have got it wrong. I was in some hurry, I think. Yes, is not mentioned. Q is sitting next to R, right? That is why I think yes, this is clearly written here. Someone asks why this arrangement is not possible, because Q is sitting next to R. So Q is sitting next to R is not happening here. That is why. Any other question? Q and R are sitting together. Yes. Gender, yes, I think I marked it wrongly. Please ignore that. Q not required for the question, but I think in some hurry, I do not know why did I do that. S is not sitting with P son. S is on the left of the mother. R, who is the wife of Q? No, it is not mentioned. Q is sitting to the next of R, whose husband is the brother of Q. No, whose husband is the brother of Q. Q can be male or a female. You are right. R husband is the brother of Q. You are right. Gender of Q is not needed in any question. I somehow just felt, brother means, I just put a plus there, which was wrong. Son of R is T. Yes. Q gender is not defined. Ankit, Rishu, too strong a statement. This is what, is called a strong statement. He says whoever has doubt in this question does not deserve to take SBI main. Okay, let's quickly move to the next question. I think this is what we did yesterday. I hope you would have seen. I'll just quickly run through this. Again, this was a bit ambiguous because of this before and after. I got lot of emails and lot of posts on Facebook. Some of you were defending it, some of you were against the kind of language which was used. Please don't get emotional. Again, let me come back. Don't get emotional over these questions. If it comes 1 or 2 marks, just see, all you want to get is only 70-75 marks, right? 40-50 will get in quant itself. So why do we have to worry about 20-30? I'm getting here. There is GK left. English we have not even talked about. So don't get emotional about it. Let SBI do whatever they are doing. We will do the best from our side. I gave you a logic why this should come and why that logic is really not a great logic. I can before means, even if I go to DFD, even if I am here, this is also before, right? So if I go and ask before doing this, for me even this step is before this, even this step is before this, even this step is before this. So I can keep arguing, there is no use. We can keep debating, that will really not solve the purpose. What is the most logical? With your common sense, mark it and go forward. Okay. So here again, I think the most logical step would have been before or after talking to the society. Guys, please try to understand. I think I was reading some strong comments. Again, there were strong arguments that taking permission from the society. You are not taking permission from the society. You take permission from the legal authorities. You are only taking your views. If they say they don't want renovation, good for you. If not, but basis that you will not be really bothered. So before and after taking your decision, maybe I can just come back and say, all of you were up for renovation, but the legal authorities have not given me the go ahead. So I'm sorry for the last meeting. I wasted your 1 hour. Perfectly fine. Nothing will happen. But by starting the construction before taking the, permission from the legal authorities, my entire activity can be stopped. But the similar will not happen if I just go and talk to the management of the society or society people and then go back and take the authority. I'll just waste their 1 hour and nothing more. Okay. So please try to understand before and after. In some weird twisted logic I can explain, but I'm really not happy with the language here. Okay. So I think all the three data was insufficient for this question. We had already seen this, because nothing kind of concludes the work in 6 months. Otherwise there would not have been provision of that 2 months extension. We discussed this. Which step of renovation is logically missing from the data flow? Again, the answer was in the very first question itself. To complete the B1 was the correct answer. Take the legal permission from the authorities for the renovation. Because there is lot of assumption. What if there is no legal authority? I'll just give you some pointers why I did not feel this to be a good question. What if, because you are basing this question on my previous knowledge, right? For me this is data insufficient. How do I know, being an SBI aspirant, I never owned a house. I lived in some 2x2 house somewhere.
or maybe in a room in a Kamla Nagar, and I do not know what renovation is. It has to be there in my DFD to know. That is by definition DFD have to be complete and unambiguous. Now they want me to know that there has to be a legal permission that you have to take before renovation. Who in the world will tell me this? Where will I gain this knowledge from? It's not even there in banking awareness, guys. So I think this is a presumptuous question. It assumes a lot of things that we should know a lot of things. That is why I did not like these three questions. Okay. Why? I'll say none of these. I can argue on any of these points, and I can keep arguing, but that will not help the purpose. We will just go with the most commonsensical answer, but really an illogical and stupid question. Okay. Who will give me this information? There should be in the DFD that yes, there has to be a legal permission taken. Maybe there is a law in the country which does not require you to take legal permission for renovation. Only for building there is some legal permission which is required. How will I know that? Okay, quickly go through this question and answer this. Mohit is going in a company for interview. So all you see, they are just testing your logic, guys. They want you to be patient, think coolly, and behave like a subordinate and not like a boss, I will say. With the given set of information, use your common sense and come to the most logical answer. Don't start splitting hairs. वो जो बोलते हैं बाल की खाल नहीं खींचना, वो मत करो. ऑफिसर बना रहे हैं, चेयरमैन नहीं बना रहे हैं, तो उस तरह से ही सोचना है, लिमिटेड इंफॉर्मेशन में काम करना है. रोहित सिंह रियली टेंस्ड अबाउट. ओके गाइज, अगेन कहां से इंग्लिश का पढ़े यार, कौन सा टॉपिक छोड़ा था हमने? सारे कनेक्टर वनेक्टर, एक बार क्वेश्चन पेपर उठाओ गाइज. एक जो कनेक्टर वाला है, एक वही छोड़ा था हमने. प्रीलिम से पहले हमने आपके सारे उसके खत्म कर दिए थे. उसको प्रैक्टिस कहां से करना है ये भी बता दिया आपको. कैट का पेपर 2000 टू 2008 उसका सारा बनाइए. उसके वोकैब, उसके क्रिटिकल रीजनिंग, उसका जो भी जितने भी इंग्लिश के क्वेश्चन है सारे बनाइए. उनका आरसी भी बनाइए, वो भी प्रैक्टिस कीजिए, क्योंकि मेंस में वी आर नॉट इवन लिविंग दैट. सो जीमैट जो भी क्रिटिकल रीजनिंग के क्वेश्चन थे उसके लिए आपको हमने बोला जीमैट की गाइड उठाइए. एक कनेक्टर ही एक ऐसा टॉपिक है जिसके मार्केट में क्वेश्चन नहीं है. अगर जो है वो बहुत लिमिटेड है, उनको बना लो, काफी हो सकता है दे माइट कम अप विद समथिंग न्यू. जो है एक दो आप उसको, अभिषेक सर विल एनीवेज बी डूइंग क्लास ऑन दिस, सो डोंट गेट वरीड अबाउट इट यार. जितने करके रखे हुए हैं उसको तो खत्म करो. सारे के सारे टॉपिक पूरे एक्सटेंसिवली कवर्ड हैं. उसके बाद आप पूछते हो इंग्लिश कहां से करें, हमने ये भी बता दिया कहां से करें, फिर भी वो डाउट है. मटेरियल कलेक्ट करना छोड़ो गाइस, मटेरियल कलेक्ट करना छोड़ो, अब उसको बनाना शुरू करो. कैट के पेपर 2000 से 2008 अगर अभी तक भी नहीं बनाया तो उसको बना लीजिए. वोकैबुलरी पहला 14 फरवरी आई थिंक वी मेट फर्स्ट, 15 फेब से हमने क्लास शुरू किया. उस दिन से हम आपको बोल रहे हैं कि वोकैब पे वर्क कीजिए, डाइवर्स सोर्सेज से पढ़ना शुरू कीजिए. इट वाज ऑल फॉर दैट इंग्लिश प्रिपरेशन. इंग्लिश प्रिपरेशन में और कुछ नहीं होता, आपकी अच्छी वोकैबुलरी और आपका अच्छा रीडिंग हैबिट चेक करते हैं. 10 दिन पढ़ करके इंग्लिश का कुछ नहीं होने जाने वाला. और अभी तक आप लोगों ने कुछ नहीं किया है उसका, तो सिर्फ वोकैब का कुछ हो पाएगा, रीडिंग हैबिट का कुछ नहीं होगा. मतलब लेट मी जस्ट पुट इट ब्लंटली हियर. ओके, शुरू से हम आपको क्या बता रहे हैं यार, और इस तरह के डाउट अभी 10 दिन पहले बोलोगे कि कहां से इंग्लिश पढ़ें. हर एक क्वेश्चन, हर एक टॉपिक क्या करना है, कहां से करना है, कैसे करना है, उसमें सारे प्रीवियस क्वेश्चन सब करा के बैठे हुए हैं हम. उसके बाद आप ये क्वेश्चन पूछते हो यार, थोड़ा तो प्रॉब्लम है. चलो कोई बात नहीं, इसको पहले खत्म करते हैं. कैट की कोई बुक नहीं यार, फ्री के रिसोर्सेज, क्यों पैसा खर्च करना चाहते हो? फ्री के रिसोर्सेज अवेलेबल हैं. कैट 2000 से 2008 के पेपर्स अवेलेबल हैं फ्रीली डाउनलोडेबल फॉर्मेट में. मेरे ख्याल से 10-20 साइट हैं जिसके प्रॉपर आपको ऑथेंटिक सॉल्यूशन, जो भी एमबीए की कोचिंग कराते हैं साइट, सब पर कैट के आंसर की के साथ आपका सॉल्यूशन तक दे के बैठा हुआ है वो लोग. एक बार पढ़ लो यार, एक बार उसको पढ़ लो. 2000 से और थोड़ा कम कर रहे हैं, 2002 से 6 कर लो, 2008 कर लो. कोई बुक नहीं भाई. शकील अंसारी, नो बुक इज रिक्वायर्ड, प्लीज ट्राई टू अंडरस्टैंड. पैसे खर्च करने, जस्ट चेक एनी प्रीवियस क्वेश्चन पेपर, whoever is claiming to do it. कैट के पेपर देख लो यार. अब कोई अब देखो यहां पर एक और ज्ञान शुरू. अब कैट के पेपर करके क्या होगा, कैट के पूरे पेपर बनाना नहीं बोल रहे हम आपको, इंग्लिश के सेक्शन बोल रहे हैं, क्योंकि उसी तरह के क्वेश्चन आते हैं। 10 दिन के बाद फिर बोलोगे सर ये तो आपने बताया ही नहीं था। सो कैट के पेपर का इंग्लिश सेक्शन अभी बोल रहे हैं आपको करने के लिए, 1 महीने से बोल रहे हैं आपको कैट का वो पूरा पेपर कर लीजिए। अभी तक आपका कर लिया होता उसके रिवीजन कर लेते। तो क्यों बोल रहे हैं, क्योंकि उसी तरह के क्वेश्चन अब बैंक्स उठा रहे हैं, वहीं से उठा रहे हैं, इसलिए बोल रहे हैं। अब मॉक कर लो, मॉक में आपको क्या लग रहा है, वो लोग कहीं उनको खुदा कुछ नॉलेज दे रहे हैं, वो भी कैट के पेपर उठा करके आपके मॉक बना रहे हैं। जो आपको सही लगता है कीजिए। चलिए ठीक है। मोहित इज गोइंग इन अ कंपनी फॉर द इंटरव्यू। फॉर पासिंग द इंटरव्यू ही हैज टू क्लियर द राउंड 3 राउंड्स, रिटन टेस्ट, ग्रुप डिस्कशन and psychological test. This is physiological test, sorry, and then only he will be eligible for job. In the first round of written test, if he gets 85%, तो ये सब criteria है, 85% is eligible for second and third round, otherwise not selected. After passing the first round, he is eligible for group discussion and physiological test. It is compulsory to get 30% mean percent in other 2 round. तो दोनों को मिला करके 30% लाना है. If he does not get that percent, he is disqualified. अब मोहित के साथ ये 4 सिनेरियो हुए हैं, अब इनमें से किस में वो सेलेक्ट होगा, किस में नहीं होगा। मोहित इज 25 ईयर ओल्ड एंड ही गॉट 82%, क्लियरली बेचारा फेल कर गया। मोहित जस्ट कंप्लीटेड हिज ग्रेजुएशन एट द एज ऑफ 22, नो मेंशन, आई कैन नॉट डिसाइड एनीथिंग हियर। मोहित हैज गॉट 90% इन रिटन टेस्ट एंड 40 मीन % इन बोथ द टेस्ट, ये तो पास हो गया यहाँ पर, ठीक है, दिस इज द कंडीशन। आफ्टर कंप्लीटिंग हिज ग्रेजुएशन इन इंटरव्यू गॉट 95%, ये वाला पास कर गया, 95% इन रिटन टेस्ट एंड 28 मीन % यहाँ पर फेल कर गया, बिकॉज हियर ही नीडेड 30%। अब यार इससे सिंपल क्वेश्चन क्या पूछेंगे वो यार, अब हाउ सिंपल इट कैन गेट। एक में मार्क्स पूरा नहीं हुआ, एक में मीन परसेंटेज 2 टेस्ट में पूरा नहीं हुआ, सो विच कैन बी कंक्लूडेड नॉट सेलेक्टेड फॉर द जॉब। इन बोथ ए एंड डी ही विल नॉट बी सेलेक्टेड फॉर द जॉब। ए में फेल कर गया बेचारा, वो रिटन टेस्ट में 85% नहीं ला पाया, डी में फेल कर गया, उसको एवरेज 30 मीन परसेंटेज स्कोर नहीं आ पाए। प्रैक्टिस ऑफ मशीन इनपुट, यार हैव यू सीन आवर वीडियोस, प्लीज डू। अगर उसके बाद देर इज नथिंग लेफ्ट, अगेन इफ यू वांट मी ऑन ईच ऑफ दिस टॉपिक आई कैन कम बैक टुमारो एंड गिव यू one more question, okay, from which he is not selected, only in 1 and D he will not be selected, okay. Now quickly see this is, you know, this is what you were talking about, machine input output. No, this is coding decoding. गाइज आई एम नॉट गेटिंग इरिटेटेड, आई एम देयर। मतलब वो होता है ना, मतलब आप हमारे बच्चे जैसे हो, हम नहीं छोड़ सकते, माँ बाप अपने बच्चों का हाथ नहीं छोड़ सकते, बट यार इस तरह की हरकत मत करो ना। मतलब लास्ट 10 दिन में अभी आप ऐसी ऐसी बातें मत करो जिससे मतलब अभी खून जले और हमारी एंजाइटी बढ़ जाए। मतलब it's really bad. Please try to understand my situation also. I am here to help you. Ask me doubts if you have any doubt. Don't tell me. अब आपने कुछ पढ़ के अगर अभी तक नहीं रखा है तो अभी कैसे निकलेगा? You guys have cleared prelims, so I can understand most of you know the basics. और ये सब सारे पोर्शन हमने इसीलिए प्रीलिम से पहले करके रखे हुए थे। ये 10 दिन का बीच में ब्रेक दिया हमने आपको। हम ये सोच रहे थे आप वो सब सारे वीडियोस अब देख करके रिवाइज कर रहे हो, आपका कॉन्फिडेंस बूस्टअप हो रहा है। बस हम एक बार मिलेंगे, 1-2 मॉक डिस्कस करेंगे एंड देन वी विल गो एंड ब्लास्ट। यहाँ तो भाई साहब यहाँ तो कुछ और चल रहा है। मतलब कॉन्फिडेंस नहीं आ रहा है लोगों को, कुछ जो पुराने किए हुए टॉपिक्स हैं उनमें डाउट हो रहा है। कैसे चलेगा? 10 days आर एनफ गाइस, डोंट पैनिक। आराम से एक बार वो सारे एक टॉपिक को उठाइए, एक बार उनके वीडियोस देख लीजिए, फास्ट फॉरवर्ड करके देखिएगा, कोई भी उसको 2x पे देखिए और JKL होता है ना, L बटन को यूज कीजिए। देखिए सिर्फ उसमें लॉजिक में क्या बता रहा हूँ वो करके फटाफट रिवाइज कीजिए सारे वीडियोस जो भी मेंस के लिए रेलेवेंट है। बहुत कम टाइम में एक वीडियो जो 2 घंटे का है, 20-20 मिनट में, 25 मिनट में आप आराम से रिवाइज कर सकते हैं। सीधा सीधा क्या करना है, उसको 2x पे प्ले कीजिए और L बटन का यूज ज्यादा कीजिए। जहां पर भी मैं ज्ञान दे रहा हूं या वो अभी रेलेवेंट नहीं है उसको आगे बढ़ाइए और सिर्फ लॉजिक सुनिए, उससे रिवाइज कीजिए, 1-2 क्वेश्चन प्रैक्टिस कीजिए और आगे बढ़िए। 20 से 25-30 मिनट में एक वीडियो रिवाइज हो जाएंगे आपके। अगर आप अगले 500 मिनट में, मतलब एक दिन में अगर कोई सीरियसली करना चाहे तो पूरे एक दिन में कल बैठ करके मैक्सिमम 2 दिन में हमारे सारे वीडियोस जो मेंस के लिए रेलेवेंट है वो आप पूरा का पूरा कर सकते हैं। थोड़ा सा उसको दिमाग लगा करके उसको यूज कीजिए और प्लीज प्लीज कीजिए। कोई डाउट है तो वो लाइए कि सर अब इस वाले में हमने इस तरह से सोचा था बट यहां पर फंस रहे हैं। दैट इज द टाइम नाउ। अब वो सब चीजों पर, निटी-ग्रिटीज पर, अब तो कॉन्फिडेंस हाई होना चाहिए यार कि मेरे को सब आता है, मैंने सब रिवाइज कर रखा है, सब पढ़ के बैठे हुए हैं। पिछले साल का क्वेश्चन पेपर मैं देख करके बैठा हूं, आई कुड इजिली गेट मोर देन 70। दैट इज द काइंड ऑफ कॉन्फिडेंस आई वांट इन नेक्स्ट 2-3 days। उसके बाद एक दो मौका और ट्राई करेंगे, उसको एनालाइज करेंगे, काम खत्म हो गया। आप ये सब देखो ना, इन सब क्वेश्चन के लिए पहले प्रैक्टिस की कोई ये नहीं है, और ये सब हम पहले से करके बैठे हुए हैं, इसलिए वी आर टोटली सेफ। डोंट पैनिक नाउ, थोड़ा सा रिवाइज कर लीजिए, 2 दिन में सारा रिवीजन हो जाएगा, ठीक है। सैन मित्रा, तो इतने दिन तक हम कर क्या रहे थे यार, कि अगर डोंट गेट द लॉजिक, कोई वो भगवान के लिए क्वेश्चन पेपर थोड़ी बनाते हैं, वो हमारे आपके जैसे लोगों के लिए बनाते हैं ना। वो क्या एक्सपेक्ट करते हैं कि कोई भी क्वेश्चन बनने से पहले उसका टेस्ट होता है, लोग देखते हैं उसको बना करके बनने लायक है भी कि नहीं। वो इनवेरिएबली देखा जाता है, जिनको जिसकी ज्यादा प्रैक्टिस है ना, चीजें भी क्लिक उनको करती है, उस वक्त कुछ स्पेशल नहीं होता है, ठीक है। प्रैक्टिस कीजिए, हो जाएगा, 10 दिन बहुत होते हैं, रगड़ के प्रैक्टिस कीजिए। चलिए इसमें देखते हैं इसमें क्या था। विजुअल इफेक्ट ऑफ कलर, देखिए विजुअल इसमें 2 है, तो विजुअल के लिए तो हम अपना आराम से कर सकते हैं T86, राइट। इसके बाद और देखिए फॉर कहीं और दिख रहा है, फॉर यहाँ दिखा, फॉर यहाँ दिखा, तो फॉर के लिए हमारा एक कोड मिल जाएगा जो इन दोनों में कॉमन है। इन दोनों में मेरे को क्या कॉमन दिख रहा है, L23, राइट। और उसके बाद हमारा और कोई कॉमन वर्ड दिख रहा है, इफेक्ट यहाँ दिख रहा है और इफेक्ट यहाँ दिख रहा है। इन दोनों में कोई कॉमन है, 1 और 3 में। इफेक्ट के लिए हमें क्या दिख रहा है, K93 इन दोनों में कॉमन है, राइट। बहुत ही सिंपल और लॉजिकल क्वेश्चन था। आई डिस्कस इट एलॉबरेटली अगेन, go back, watch all those videos guys, please do it, watch it on 2x, use the L key, move quickly through the irrelevant portion, 20-30 minutes you will revise all the videos, do it, don't get bogged down कि 56 वीडियो 56 वीडियोस we have to revise, फटाफट होगा। 20 तो उसमें रेलिवेंट ही नहीं है मेंस के लिए, हटा दो। 30 वीडियोस हैं, 20-20 मिनट, 600 मिनट, 600 मिनट मतलब 10 घंटे होते हैं यार। 5-5 घंटे भी 2 दिन में भी ब्रेक करके करना चाहोगे, आराम से करोगे तो भी सारा रिवाइज हो जाएगा। Which among the following options can be used for getting the code of I? अब I का कोड मेरे को कहां से निकलेगा, आप देखते हैं। I में कहां फंस रहा हूं, इन दोनों में फंस रहा हूं। I कहां है, let's see where is I. So I am getting here, all right, and nowhere else. So now T86 is clear and L23 is clear. Now I will be either N27 and M18, यही हो सकता है। These are the only 2 possibility for I's. Now visual I know is T86. L23 I have derived is for, all right, because of used here. Now my I will be between N27 and M18. Now it has to be one of these 2. How can I get it? Any option which does not contain these 2 together will help me. Let's see. यहाँ पर N27 और M18 में क्या है, ठीक है। यहाँ पर तो दोनों में से कोई भी नहीं दिख रहा है मुझे, है ही नहीं यहाँ पर M18 दिख रहा है, ठीक है, और N27 नहीं दिख रहा है, राइट। इससे पक्का ही निकल जाएगा। इससे M18 के वजह से इसमें और ये वाला जो भी कोड का ये रहा, उसमें मेरे को पता चल जाएगा M18 क्या है। M18 या तो I रहा होगा या वंस रहा होगा, जो भी है I बचा हुआ बन जाएगा, या तो वो M18 खुद हो सकता है या वो वंस जो बचा हुआ है वो हो जाएगा। सो इससे मैं एलिमिनेट करके निकाल सकता हूं। अब देखिए इसमें M18 और N27 दोनों एक साथ दिए हुए हैं, इससे तो काम नहीं चलेगा ना मेरा, फिर से वही प्रॉब्लम हो जाएगी। इसका मतलब वंस एंड आईज फिर से मेरे अनडिटरमाइंड रह जाएंगे। आई विल स्टिल हैव टू डिटरमाइन बिटवीन द M27 एंड M18. इट विल बी द सिमिलर केस ऑफ गेटिंग स्टक लाइक आई एम गेटिंग स्टक हियर। नाउ लेट्स गो हियर S21, T86, N27, M18 दिख रहा है, नहीं दिख रहा है, N27 दिख रहा है। अब इस वाले में देखिए फटाफट मेरे को T86 दिया हुआ है और N27 मिल जाएगा, तो फटाफट N27 या तो I हो जाएगा या मेरा जो दूसरा वाला ऑप्शन है वो बच जाएगा। इट्स एज सिंपल एज दैट। देखिए सी में क्या बोल रहा है हमारा, ओनली ऑप्शन 3 and 4 हेल्प्स यू गेट द आंसर। एकदम करेक्ट। चलो गुड, फाइनली आई एम हैप्पी गेटिंग सो मेनी करेक्ट आंसर्स। Excellent guys, then why have you not revised the English section guys and the reasoning other topics? This you have done. Okay, quickly let's see which among the following option cannot be used for getting the code of development. चलो ठीक है, इस वाले में आते हैं फिर से वापस। ठीक है, डेवलपमेंट के लिए हमें क्या नहीं चाहिए, राइट। डेवलपमेंट वाला कहाँ पर है एक बार वो देखें। डेवलपमेंट में हमारा है ये वाला लाइन, राइट। तो इसमें L23 तो हमारा निकल चुका है, ठीक है, और Y16 नहीं निकला है, H32 नहीं निकला है, A10 नहीं निकला है, राइट। नाउ लेट्स क्विकली गो टू द क्वेश्चन एंड सी। कैनॉट बी यूज्ड।
अब देखिए इसमें सिर्फ H32 दे रखा है, राइट। तो इसमें से अगर सिर्फ H एक दे रखा है H32, मेरे को फिर से पता नहीं चल पाएगा A10 वाइट 16 में अगर कोई ऑप्शन हो गया तो इसमें तो एकदम ही नहीं पता चल रहा है मुझे। अब इस वाले में देखिए, आई होप और कुछ मैं गलती नहीं कर रहा हूँ, ठीक है। तो इसमें सिर्फ H, इस लाइन से क्या क्या है एक बार मैं इसको नोट ही कर लेता हूँ, ठीक है। A10 H32, A10 H32 Y16, Y16 क्या हो रहा है, L23, L23, राइट। और इसमें हमने खोज क्या रखा है, L23 खोज रखा है, राइट। अब इसमें से मेरे को बोला विच ऑफ द फॉलोइंग ऑप्शन कैन नॉट बी यूज फॉर गेटिंग द कोड ऑफ डेवलपमेंट। तो इस वाले में तो आपको कुछ है ही नहीं ना, एरिया का हमें नहीं पता है, विजन का नहीं पता है, डेवलपमेंट का भी नहीं पता है, राइट। तीन नहीं पता है, तो हमें कम से कम 2 एलिमिनेट करना पड़ेगा। H32, K97। अच्छा, इसमें से अब देखिए इसमें क्या बोल रहा है, क्या अब इसमें से कौन सा है जिससे आप डेफिनेटली नहीं निकाल पाएंगे, ये हमें खोजना है। सो K93 H32 Y16, ये तो हमने पता कर ही लिया ना कि जब भी अगर 2 ऑप्शन अगर आपके इसमें हैं तो ये मेरा मामला फंसा ही हुआ रह जाएगा। इससे तो पक्का ही नहीं आएगा ना, बाकी किससे से आए चाहे नहीं आए, इस 2 से तो पक्का ही नहीं आएगा। Y16 M18, am I missing something? M18 ओके, M18 C11 एंड N27, इससे बस एक दिखा रहा है, ये यहां पर भी एक दिखा रहा है। इसमें आते हैं, देखें क्या दिखा रहा है, A10, ठीक है। सो बाकी सारे में आपको एक एक जो है वो आपको यू कैन फाइंड आउट, बट इस वाले में यू विल बी स्टक विद 2 H32 एंड 16। अब इसमें मेरे दिमाग में अभी बोलते बोलते एक चीज आई कि हो सकता है ना कि ये जो 2 आए वो आपको ना निकले, बट वो जो तीसरा वाला बच रहा है वही आपका ऑप्शन फॉर डेवलपमेंट हो। लेकिन चलो इतना डिटेल में नहीं जाते हैं, मतलब आई होप इफ यू हैव नॉट अंडरस्टूड ऑल्सो जस्ट इग्नोर इट। I see a problem in this. When I think I taught it, I did not take this point up. But here now what I am saying, there is a logical flaw here. What if, you know, for the very same reason why I can calculate from this, if these two are not featuring here, I can still calculate the development. If it was not between S32 and Y16, it can still be. Okay, so let us not worry much about it. Let's quickly do this, because this clearly wants to check your knowledge whether, you know, if you have 2 options given, you will not be able to pinpoint what is the correct answer. Okay, I think that is what they were you know, checking. Now if retinal can be the code as B15, if retinal can be coded B15, which of the following option can be used for getting the code of detachment? Let's go back here. retinal के लिए हमारा B15 बना दिया अब हमने, ठीक है। So I have given a code for retinal को B15 बना दिया, and I already have K19. Now I have to choose between G14 and S21 is what I am left. G14 and S21. G14 and S21. Now I just need an option जिसमें one of these are there. Which of the following can be used? So G14 and S21 इसमें दोनों है, I cannot use this. 14 and 21 I cannot use this. 14 and 21 I cannot use this. So I think the same logic they tested for all 3 questions. So this was the only possible choice. I hope this is clear. Okay guys, whoever overthought in question 24, I can understand your concern. Even when I was explaining, that is why I kind of got stuck and I was thinking over it. I'm not very happy with the option B also, but since these 3 definitely not, and you know none of these cannot be answered because these are possibility, then I will go for B. But I think Tarannum also has the same doubt. If you know, if you can think that these individually can give you the answer, then why not these 2 can eliminate the 2 other choice and the remaining one becomes the code for development. I get your logic. So you know which among the following option cannot be used for getting the code of development, I think all of them can be used for getting the development, can also be an answer if you overthink it. Okay, that was an easy set. Let's quickly move to the next. Okay, last 5 question, guys. This is I'll not even like to do this. You can again, I'll just show you the question and you just do this quickly. You have to tell me the answers. I'll just tell you the answers. Quickly solve this. क्वेश्चन 24 का डाउट है, समझ गया मैं आपको डाउट, आई हैव ऑलरेडी एड्रेस्ड ऑल्सो, बट डोंट ओवर थिंक, जस्ट मार्क इट एंड मूव फॉरवर्ड. Now Arvind, Taranum, they all have that same problem. Quickly solve this question for me. Sumit says there is 2 option in B. Sumit, that is the common logic, but there are 3 variables, right? So if you have to eliminate, the same logic goes, if you can take 1 and that can be the answer, you can take 2, they are the remaining 2 out of the 3, and hence you can get your answer even with that. So you cannot definitely say that it will not be the answer. Quickly solve this question for me, guys. 26 B. Okay, 26 B, yes. Gulshan, you are right. Yes, the answer is 25. I hope we all know it. Yes, 25. See my previous video, I have already solved all these questions. Okay, solve this question now. There is a technical doubt in this question. I do not know if I should discuss. I think it's already 11. Tomorrow when you are fresh, I will discuss the doubt which can come in this question tomorrow. Yes, Gulshan, you are right. 18 plus 7, 25. That's the correct answer. All of you are getting it. Sumit, you are getting D. I do not know why. Please check your answer. I think that I hope that's not the doubt case which I wanted to discuss. There is one interesting doubt which one of the students asked. I'll take it up to tomorrow because I think already your all filaments are already heated. I don't want it to get fused, so we'll discuss that tomorrow. A technical doubt, and I will also elaborately discuss that question 24. Okay, let's quickly do question number 27. B25 100% good. Quickly do 26. Question number 27. Quickly do it, guys. Yes, why a lot of you are getting 9 as the answer? I think 11 should be the answer. Yes. Puzzle tomorrow, guys. Puzzle tomorrow. All the 2 doubt. There is a problem case here also. I do not want to take it up here. Remind me if I forget tomorrow. There is a problem case. I will tell you what the problem is. You just solve the questions quickly now. I just want you to just complete this. 15 questions tomorrow plus the problem case which can arise in question like this. I will tell you what you have to do in case of that problem, and I'll discuss the question 24 if some of you had other thoughts about it. Okay, let me just go to the next one. Yes, guys, 11 was the answer. Quickly solve this. I hope you guys have not mugged the answer. Some of you were giving 9 for the previous question. I am now on question number 28. Give me the answer for question number 28. Odd composite number, please discuss what is there to understand. Odd numbers are all those numbers which are not divisible by 2. So 1, 3, 5, 7, 9 are all odd number. 1 is not composite. Okay, neither prime. That is the only difference that if you wanted to understand. So composite number are those numbers which have more than 2 factors. And prime numbers typically have 2 factors, which is 1 and the number itself. And therefore 1 becomes neither prime nor composite. Yes, 9 is the correct answer here. Very good. They will never give you a question like that, Saurav Singla, don't worry about it. Then their steps are not adequate. That is the problem. Tomorrow, the problem case that I am talking about, it's kind of similar, not exactly the negative number case. I'll tell you, let me finish, I'll tell you what. Okay, 9. Okay, let's quickly go to question number 29. Just see, this 5 number were just thrown, right? So however bad you do, out of this 30, you will get 20 marks for sure, yaar. 20, more than 20 questions, maybe 25, 30 marks you can get. Mr. Singh से इसको solve करवा दो, इसको video पढ़ा हुआ Mr. Singh, please see number series, fixed pattern is clearly done. This is just for your practice. आपको solve करना है, मुझे solve करने का अब कोई फायदा नहीं होगा. Quickly do this, question number 29. Explain 27, guys. Seriously. Please watch previous videos. This is solved already. I have not taken any new question. Tomorrow I might take some new question. Sachendra Pratap, the detailed video explaining these questions is available. Please have a look at it. Yes, we should all love these questions. Find the difference between the resultant first and second row. 29:15. Mr. Singh, you are doing good. You just wanted to, kind of trouble me, right? If you can solve this question 29, then what was the problem with question 27 and 28? Same thing, right? Very good, guys. D, which is 15. Final, last, kind of some respite you have given to me. Inderpal Singh says 90 plus safe attempt. Who can guess that, Inderpal? If the question becomes so easy that 140 becomes cut off, then you will come and catch my throat. Don't go with a preconceived notion. Don't go with set targets. There are a lot of ifs and buts which have to be true for that your 90 to become same. Level of competition has not increased by more than 30%. The difficulty level of the paper has not gone up. Nothing to the top rankers. All of them, do not attend the examination. Lot of if and buts will happen for any of, causation is not a very easy thing to establish. So just treat the paper on merit and do it. Tomorrow's timing will be 7 p.m. for SBI PO classes. Please solve a mock for BOB PO exam, Vikas Joshi. Okay, if you have some, please send, let us see if we can do something for them. But our commitment is for your SBI PO. You are, kind of making us really afraid. Yes, 17. All those who are getting 15, please, you revisit the video, I think. Okay, guys, with this, we will do the puzzles tomorrow. I hope, please, I beg you, I seriously, I beg you to watch, see all these topics, go back. We have extensively covered all this topic. I told you how to watch it in minimum possible time. Do it, revise all the section, there are more than the problems that I have discussed here. Each of these topics that we have taken, we have solved at least 10-15 questions. Do them, guys, do them. I seriously beg you to do it, okay? So please don't waste all this effort that we have, kind of put in here. Tomorrow again we'll meet at 7 p.m. We'll try to do the remaining 15 marks which were left here. We will see how difficult those data sufficiency or puzzle were. If I can solve it, trust me, everyone can do it, okay? So with that, let me take your leave tonight.
प्लीज गाइज गेट मोटिवेटेड। कैसे मोटिवेट करूं यार मैं आपको? 10 लाख की नौकरी समझते हो आज के जमाने में क्या है? वर्ल्ड इज गोइंग थ्रू रिसेशन यार, 1% इंक्रीमेंट लोगों को नहीं मिल रहा है, सारी आईटी जॉब्स में लोग कट किए जा रहे हैं, नौकरियां नहीं बची है, 2-2 लाख की नौकरी करनी पड़ेगी इफ यू डोंट क्लियर। यू आर देयर सिटिंग देयर रेडी टू ग्रैब योर जॉब अपॉर्चुनिटी, ग्रैब इट। डोंट रिपेंट आफ्टर एवरीथिंग, एज जब चिड़िया चुग गई खेत तब कुछ ना होने वाला। अभी 10 दिन मेहनत कर लो, पकड़ो चिड़िया को, अभी पकड़ना है, ठीक है? So I'll just take your leave now. Thank you very much.